Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues today is brought to you in part by Middle Tennessee Electric, who reminds us that better communication leads to better service. Keep your contact info current at mte.com so you'll never miss an update or billing or information on local outages. That's mte.com. State Representative Mike Sparks finally put his phone down. It's so rude when somebody's doing an interview and you're on your phone. I mean, that's like the rudest thing you could do.
I'm on TikTok, man.
Well,
Checking out TikTok.
At least you're not laughing out loud or anything.
Hey, man, that's supposed to be inside knowledge, man.
I'm just saying, no,
Okay.
I was giving what happened here on the show right now. You were on your phone. That's rude.
I'm studying.
What are you studying for?
Notes,
Are you
man.
taking another class? I mean, you are a career
I am going to try to take another class, though.
You're a career student.
I love it. I'm a lifelong learner, man.
Is that what it is?
Love it. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, but you know what? You'd be surprised at stuff you learn from these 20 and 22-year-olds today. Technology, they're gifted. They really are. I'm not.
I've
I
seen
finally
you
got
work.
a new phone, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that you've already broke the case on.
Remember, you stayed on me for years about my phone.
Well, that's
The Galaxy.
because it was time to give up the flip phone.
Yep. Well, I got a new 16 Pro. I like it.
Well, they're already. Yeah, it's not new anymore. They've got the 17.
Yeah. You got? What do you got?
I have the 20.
There's no such thing as a 20.
Yeah, look at it.
You sure?
It dwarfs your phone.
I don't think that's called. I think it's a 17.
It's orange. It's got this cool little thing on the back. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And then there's me with the 13.
Is it?
Who
Oh,
is
my-
this me that's talking here in the background?
This is my intern this year, Jacob Pagel, like bagel. It only took me a few months to get his name right. I kept saying Poggle and then Pagel, like Pagel, like bagel. But yeah, he's been really a great intern this year, and he put something together this year that I was really impressed with. Him and your friend Fatima. How do you say her last name again? Macareno. Like the song.
Yeah.
And it was really an interesting concept what they put together. Why don't you talk about it and where the idea came from?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Jacob Hagel, MTSU senior.
You graduate next week.
I graduate next Friday. So what we did is myself and my friend Fatima, we founded the No Labels organization at Middle Tennessee State University, which their entire national organization is bringing both political parties into the middle and having a conversation instead of cussing each other out. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
or worse.
MTSU unfortunately is in that of both sides. Just when they cross each other's paths on campus, they just start screaming at each other.
Oh wow.
It gets bad. So myself, her, and two of our other friends decided we were going to make an organization. We started in the fall, and we are on track to pass the College Republicans and College Democrats in following and interactive.
Cool.
A couple weeks ago, we had Representative Mike Sparks, we had Representative Afton Ben, and Vincent Dixie all in at the K. Was it the K? No, it
James
was,
Union building.
Yeah, the James Union, where we had a crossing the political aisles. All three of them got up on the stage. They just talked it out. It was with the Omegas of MTSU. So Sydney, Ware, and Brandon, both of them rocked it. They put it. I was just the figurehead in this. I gave them the numbers. They did everything else. But we had, I think, about 50 people, if I'm not mistaken, show up.
About 50. Mm-hmm.
Give or take 50. Yeah, and then we had. Fortunately, we couldn't get any of the Republicans to show up because two of them are in the National Congress, and then Representative Monty Fritz is in the General Assembly, so he was unable to attend. But we had Democrat Governor Hopeful, Dr. Atwater, and Jamie Pinkton. She came as well. So we had them, and we had the entire room filled up, about 25, maxed out the room.
Yeah.
And we just had the conversations, and
Yep.
it believe it or not, it actually works.
Yeah.
Let me go back to what you said a second ago about, two sides passing each other, and it doesn't go by without screaming. Okay, so number one, how do you even identify someone? Is it by something that they have on? If you have a red hat on, you're Republican? I mean, how does that look?
The college Republicans, of course, me being a Republican, but the college Republicans are notorious. It's the same for people, and they're all on their social media, so it's hard to miss them.
Okay.
Same with the college Dems. They are on their you can point them out. It's on social media. Their faces are all over it. It's one of those that if...
So it's not like you walk by and they automatically say, "Oh, Republican."
No,
or
it's that.
Whatever.
No, definitely not. It's more of they are very outspoken, is how I should put this. Of they don't. Both sides are guilty of. They don't want to talk to each other, so they'll go to further and further extremes. Like the college Republicans had a gentleman 2 weeks ago come, and then he had been here back in the fall just throwing racial slurs at people, and unfortunately no, MTSU can't really do much in that situation, but it's what they say, it's not who they represent, it's what comes out of their mouth that will send people flying over the edge.
Yeah, it's interesting. We have lost the ability, Mike, I think, to listen anymore.
Oh, definitely. Especially with social media, and any person with two brain cells to rub together can get online and just say just the most random BS. It can, and just start a fight.
And it's almost like if you say you're, let's just take conservative in this, oh well, and then laying in on everything the president has done. To me, I think it's disrespectful just to say Trump. I mean, he is the president.
Yeah, president.
It was disrespectful when we just said Obama. It should be President Obama. He was the president of the United States. Yeah. But automatically being labeled as you support everything. I don't support everything he does or what he says. Yeah. I think he has a filthy mouth.
Oh, he does.
Definitely.
He's
and just some of the things that he says. But I mean, I understand he is who he is. Just because if that you're a conservative doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything he has to say. But as a conservative, it's almost like, well, you can't agree with anything a Democrat has to say because then you're fake. You see what I'm saying? You can't have conversations. And I think that's the big breakdown right now.
Well, I've seen it in the General Assembly, on the House floor about 2 years ago. I see a lot of the chaos, and I stood up and I just said, look around. You're going, one or two members aren't going to be back. And so far we've lost two. In fact, I'm going to a funeral of G.A. Hardaway out of Shelby County. He was a member for, I think, 20 years. And I just called him to check on him because he had apparently he was jogging and fell and hit his head, and we had a conversation. It was good. He's been on WGNS. He's been on with you and me live from the Capitol floor about history.
He has to be a Republican if you're going to the funeral, though, right? Because you're
no, he's a Democrat. I'm going.
Just,
it
that's
may
just
be a
my
little
point.
lonely. I mean, there'll probably be 20 Democrats, and I'll be standing in line. But everybody treats me good and all. But we had a good conversation. I checked on him. I could tell he really didn't care to be on the phone too long. But he didn't get all the signatures, and I didn't know what had happened. I started asking about because I didn't see him up there. But apparently he got 35 signatures, and only 24 were good. So it was really awkward. I'd never heard of this happening. So he was going to have to do a write-in. So the other day we were ending session and they were going to honor him. And I thought it was kind of awkward, like, wonder why they're honoring him because he'll be back. And I seen Gabby Salinas, she's out of Memphis, and Justin Jones sitting behind me. And I seen Gabby kind of, because I was standing with my books and materials. I was fixing to bounce on out of that place. I get a little stressed sometimes during assembly. And I seen her kind of holding her, her hand up to her face. And I could tell she was upset. And I said, hey, what's going on? She said, well, GA. And I said, well, GA will be back. So apparently they knew that he only had a few hours to live, and they just didn't let us know. They didn't let Republicans know. And
but he wasn't on the floor when all of this was happening.
No, he was in the hospital. Apparently he was in the hospital.
Gotcha.
And I just asked a couple of Democrats, Jason Powell and Ken Jobe, that's an MTSU graduate, used to work Channel 4. He's their communications guy. And I said, hey, you may want to check on her, but, he's gone, and we got along great. He was very passionate, and he would always speak up. But what I was impressed with Jacob and Fatima, here's what's interesting about this. This guy's in a wheelchair, and he made up his steps. Mm-hmm. And he did it with, what do you call them, hand walkers or something?
Lofton crutches.
Okay, and then the other little girl that he introduced me to at the event, she's got cerebral palsy.
Yes, cerebral palsy and uses a walker.
She's a beautiful young lady. She's on a walker, and she can't even speak. I mean, it's really sad. I mean, she's having to use like an interpreter through the phone.
She uses Google Translate.
Yeah.
So she types it out on her phone, then uses the speak option, and then it reads it aloud.
But here are these two young people who, with all due respect, have a handicap, have a disability, but they didn't let the disability hold you down. Y'all persevered, and the black fraternity, the Omegas, the Q Dogs, and is what I guess the young people call them Q Dogs. The older guys say Omegas, is what I've been.
The Q Dogs are the gentlemen that are in college.
But they were cool.
That's what he Googled. He didn't. Yeah.
To his defense, he did get Representative Chisholm. Or not Chisholm.
No. McKenzie. But see what I did? It was kind of cool because God will use some strange experiences to move things. I've seen this. So somebody bumped off the calendar, me honoring him and the Omegas and Fatima. And I started thinking, I got to get up and explain this. Here I'm a white guy, Republican, honoring this group at MTSU and the black fraternity. It's a little awkward. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring them up to the Capitol. And I'll bring y'all up, and what I did, I went and got the Black Caucus to sign on with me and look at my proclamation, make sure they're cool with it. And Sam, he wanted me to tweak something around a little bit, and I had to get up and explain. It's a little awkward, it's unprecedented, to be honest with you. They were perched up in the gallery, ready to be up there. and what was cool, I quoted Reagan. Reagan said, if I find somebody that agrees with me, that's 80% of the time. That's 80% friend, not 20% traitor. And I said it real loud and I said, whoever bumped us off the calendar, I appreciate you doing it because it gave me the opportunity to talk about this. And I said, we talked about affordable housing. I bought my first house at 22. How many young people can do that? But the reason I bought my first house, I had a father in my life. My father put the money up for my old Camaro, which I had to pay him back, which I sold for the down payment. We talked about addiction. We talked about incarceration. We talked about the fatherless, and we talked about the importance of a mentor. And when I said that, I didn't even know the Black Caucus come and stood behind me. And Harold Love Jr. goes, amen, real loud.
Yeah, it was the people behind you. It was Representative Hakeem Love Dixie. I think Ben Perkins. After Ben came up, Parkinson, and I think Salinas.
But it was pretty cool.
It was a good 2/3.
And then some
of the
Republicans
caucus
started signing on too. Appreciate Brian Terry, Dr. Terry, and Jay Reed, and some other I think Monty Frisch signed on.
Monty didn't. I'm looking at it.
It was pretty cool. But what I did, which was a little different, I said, I'm going to do something different. He's in a wheelchair. She's on a walker, and I want both them to stand up. And y'all stood up. That's a nice picture.
That was a really good picture.
That's a cool picture. I'll send it to Brian. But the point of, we had a conversation. It wasn't a bunch of backbiting and yelling and screaming. Afton was cool. She wanted me to sit in the middle between Dixie and her. Well, I was like, no, I want to be the last one that gets a question. I don't want to be the first one that gets a question. I want to be the last one. And then I realized, because I told her, she introduced herself, and I said, hey, you need to tell them you won your congressional race. She was a Democrat primary winner for Congress. And she was looking at me. She goes, no, I didn't win. She's whispering to me. I said, but you won. She beat Dixie. And I thought, oh, I know why she doesn't want to talk, because he's sitting to her right. And that's why she wanted me to sit in the center. But I get along with I get along with all of them. I think it goes back to kindness, man, how you treat people. That's all.
So, Jacob, what do you want to do when college is over? I mean, are you interested in politics? Is that something you want to pursue, working in that field?
Definitely. My dad, who's watching right now, is working with them. But he was a political nerd. He did the sheriff's races for as long as I could remember.
Yeah. Was he in office?
No, he never ran.
Okay.
They tried to get him to, but he's like,
But just active and
he was active in the Rutherford County Republican Party, and then it came to me, and it kind of fled on to me.
Gotcha.
Of course, I worked with Representative Sparks and Representative Stevens on their races in 24, and I got to head into it, and I love it. After college, I'm debating between MTSU and Lipscomb University for my master's program.
Gotcha.
More than likely Lipscomb, because they have the Masters of Public Admin. I can run through it, and I'm hoping to work, hopefully, in the General Assembly, but end goal is Department of Veterans Affairs or in the Senate.
Well, tell them what you've done for when I asked you to do something for Brad, and it was Brad Turner, Commissioner Turner.
Oh, yeah.
With disabilities.
So Commissioner Turner had, of course, at the beginning of session, they were having to go through the budget and go through finance, ways, and means. The day that Commissioner Turner, being a Rutherford County native, former county commissioner with Representative Sparks, he is the commissioner currently for the Department of Disability and Aging. They were up there doing their finance, ways, and means budget hearing on Disability Day on the Hill. Representative Sparks asked me to go through and edit a video for him, and I made I think it was about 15-minute long video of Chairman Williams and Representative Sparks asking him different questions. It's been posted to YouTube now.
But what's interesting about that, Ryan Williams, Brad and I are friends. I mean, my wife and his mom are friends. My wife does his mom's hair, Sharon Turner and Bill Turner, sweet folks. And I just commented on Facebook or something. I said, hey, man, your dad wants me to tell you hello, on Facebook. He kind of got a kick out of it. But Ryan Williams starts off saying, hey, man, I really appreciate, your passion for children, in the disability area, because he has a disability, a daughter, Kinsley. And Ryan, and I've never seen Ryan do this, he starts saying, man, I hope the next administration picks you up. And ironically, I just got a call from Marsha Blackburn's people just literally while I'm sitting here. I hope that the next administration keeps you on, because, the next governor could get new people, And Ryan gets choked up. And Ryan, I mean, I don't want to say he started crying, but he pretty much got emotional.
On the verge.
Yeah.
He was close.
I may get a little emotional, but he got more emotional than I would. But the point of that whole video was that, one, Commissioner Brad Turner cares deeply for our state, and there's nobody in that position better than Governor Bill Lee appointing him to that position than Commissioner Turner, because he has a heart for service. I mean, he lives by his faith, and he talked about his faith in that video. So going back on the skill sets of these young people, he's got those skill sets. Not everybody's got that skill set. But the power of that video could really make a difference in Marsha keeping him. And the method of my madness is I want Commissioner Turner, to take him in as an intern next month. And Brad sees the work he can do and his skill sets. Brad will probably take him on, and then hopefully it leads into maybe a position as a liaison.
Maybe, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's in a wheelchair and can bounce out of that place and wheel out of that place faster than anybody else. I mean, I'm right.
I know you're right.
I mean, just being honest,
He's definitely faster than you, I'd say, right?
Well, if I can get in the Cordell Tunnel, if I can get on the hill,
I can. But when it comes to, I can take him on the steps. I got him on the steps.
Well, he'll beat you outside of that, though.
Unfair. You got an unfair advantage, man.
It's how the whole race is run. You mentioned Dad, Jacob. What's Dad's name?
My dad's name is Nathan. Nathan Pagel.
All right. Very good.
And who's your dad work for?
Dad works for Mayhem Mechanical out of Lebanon, Tennessee. They do HVAC, like the very large commercial HVAC system.
Yeah.
So,
have you enjoyed your internship?
Oh, I love it. This is my. People were telling me, "Oh, you're not going to like it. You're going to get up there and dread every second of it." I said, "Well,
you must have told him you were working for him."
that was a good portion of it. Was, who are you working for? Mike Sparks. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But
I said
you tell him I got the record for getting interns hired.
I mean, you said it a minute
except
ago.
for John Bragg.
Except for Bragg
Bill
and Ketron. But the only thing I dread about it is getting up at 5 in the dang morning and driving into Nashville. But
I understand that.
The people I've interned with, there's three of us that carpool together. My friends Victoria and Tania, who probably won't see this ever, but we all ride together, all MTSU students. So we've had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
So
good.
Well, good deal. Glad you could come in today and Thanks for putting up with this guy, I guess, you know.
Hey, it's next year's problem. It's whoever takes my place.
There you go. Conversations with Mike Sparks every Sunday, 5 o'clock.
Trey Mansfield, sheriff candidate, coming on 5 o'clock.
Okay. So be sure to tune in 5 o'clock on Sunday. And that's going to do it for our show today. If you missed any part of it, you can check the podcast. It will be up shortly at WGNSradio.com. Just look for Rutherford Issues. You'll find the podcast there and listen back. Or, go ahead and like our Big G TV channel on YouTube or Facebook. You're going to enjoy the content that we've got there for you. Have a great day, everybody. See you back here tomorrow.